What is going on, guys? MitchCactus here, coming back with another Forza Horizon 5 video, and today's video will be showing the biggest current game-breaking AFK glitch in the game. Now, I did make a video on this around a day ago, showing some extra tips and tricks you guys could integrate. Now, there's been a fair few videos circulating of this glitch in action. I've gone ahead and made a better variant of the blueprints of all of them, and adding a few extra tips and tricks you guys need for those who are having a few issues in terms of crashing, if their game is crashing, or just crashing into trees while they're AFK. So I'm gonna get right into it, guys, but before I do, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to stay up to date with further Horizon 5 videos related to this glitch and other glitches, tutorials, giveaways, and check out the personal account mods and credit packs on MitchCactus.com. There'll be a link in the top description and the pinned comment below. Now, this glitch is still centered around the Goliath racing event, however the blueprint is completely different. Now, I've actually made a video on how to unlock the Goliath race if you're yet to do so, and there'll be a link to it in the description below. Now, the first car I'll go ahead and show you guys that I'm using is the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento Forza Edition. Now, if you don't have this car, as it's quite difficult to get through either Wheelspin or a very expensive auction house bid, you guys can use various other cars, and one in particular, if you don't have VIP either, is the Pagani Huayra BC Forza Edition with a good tune, as it also does have a clean skills boost. That's what I'd recommend. And whatever car you're using, make sure you have the car mastery perks almost fully tricked out. This is the ideal optimized variant of how many perks you want to have. You can get this perk in the bottom right if you have 25 extra skill points to spend, but it's not essential at all if you're short on skill points. I suggest getting the other perks first. So feel free to take a screenshot of this or come back to the video when you're ready to upgrade the perks in your car before you get started. But basically, guys, let's go ahead and go in the event now, and I'll show you what tune I'm using on screen with the tuning code if you guys want to go ahead and use mine. Now, I've actually gone ahead and made 3 blueprints you guys can use, varying in the amount of laps. Here I have the new AFK glitch 25 laps, and here are the sharing codes on screen for each lap variant. Now, one major flaw with these that I've seen with the ones circulating is that they've actually done the weather as hot. Now, having it as wet is actually more efficient, as it decreases the likelihood of your car swerving off the road while you have the AFK glitch set up. Now, these kind of blueprints are more prioritized towards having a high speed tune opposed to a fast turning tune, as it's not very turning demanding opposed to more so just being down the highway with this kind of variant. Now, difficulty settings, make sure you guys use the exact same ones as mine. I've made the blueprints automatically be on unbeatable driver tire difficulty, as I've removed all the driver tires, so you guys get more credits instantly just for the fact that I've removed them. So braking, far left assisted, steering, far left auto steering, and I recommend you have traction control on, stability control on, and shifting automatic with a full driving line. So once you've done that, you want to save, and you can pretty much just go back out and start the event. And the first thing you guys will notice is as soon as you hold down the accelerator, whatever pedal you have associated with that, it'll just keep driving and follow the course. Now, the fact that all these blueprints have a rainy weather type is definitely better for this type of glitch, like I said before, as a few people were having difficulties with this glitch, how their car would suddenly swerve off the road, and they pretty much wake up after starting a 50 lap race and notice their car's been slammed into a tree or into a rock or something. That's why I've gone in and made a few steps to make sure it's rainy. And if you guys are having difficulties with this glitch and you are often finding your car slamming off the road, be sure you have auto steering turned on. And when you guys tie the elastic band around your controller, around the accelerator, maybe only put it down around 50 to 75% deep. So just to elaborate on this, the point of this glitch is that you set it up, you hold down whatever key your accelerator is, or the accelerator throttle on the actual controller, and your car will just follow the course and do the laps for you. So if you want to walk away from your PC for 4 hours or go to sleep, you'll wake up and the race is pretty much being completed for you. Now, of course, guys, the way you guys can go in and do this, if you're on PC, you can put a coin on your W key, you can set up a bind if you have razor synapse through a macro, you can just put something, use a little bit of ingenuity to find out something that works for you. And if you're on control, you can tie a rubber band or elastic band around the accelerator key so it continues to move. One thing I would recommend, guys, if you are on controller, turn off vibration so that you don't put your controller down with the elastic band on it and find that when you wake up, even if it's only around 1 and 2 vibrations that's happening per lap with the car maybe going off the road slightly, you won't want to wake up and have your controller on the floor and the elastic band having come off. So turn off vibration so it stays in one spot and you can guarantee it works. Another thing I'd recommend if you guys are on PC and you find your game crashes quite frequently, or even on console, turn your video settings down, whether it's to your resolution or just the other settings such as the video quality, etc. so it reduces the strain or the stress on your PC when you're doing long extensive races. Like I said, guys, if you find that your car is still going off the road, which it shouldn't if you have my tune on these blueprints, then try only putting the elastic band around the controller at around 50 to 75% to mitigate this. Although your laps will be slightly slower, it'll completely prevent you guys driving off the road and ensure you can complete all the races. So to elaborate as to why this variant of the blueprint is actually better than the Goliath, is because after 1 lap, you guys will get 37,000 XP or around that amount in around 5.5 minutes. after a 25 lap that takes 2 hours and 15 minutes, you'll get around 925,000 XP. And after 50 laps, you'll get around 1.8 million XP in 4.5 hours or 4.5 hours, which if you compare to the Goliath, which is a 50 lap race event, of course, the same 50 lap, you only get 2.1 million XP for 7 hours and 45 minutes, so 3 extra hours just for 300,000 XP. And I'm probably going to make a better blueprint than this in the coming days or weeks, so be sure to subscribe to stay up to date with that, because all of them are just based off the distance traveled relative to how long it takes you to fulfill the event. Now in terms of the credits you'll get from this race, from a 50 lap variant you'll probably get around 7 to 8 million, 25 around half of that, and 1 lap would be around 150 to 200,000. As you guys can see, I actually did go ahead and do the 25 laps and the 50 laps, as I'll show briefly throughout the course of this video, in order to make the blueprints. That's how I have all the statistics regarding how long it takes and the time consumed. So basically, just to go ahead and conclude it, this race essentially provides better value in terms of the time and the distance driven in relation to what you get. So instead of spending 7 hours and 45 minutes, around 7.5 hours for 2.1 million XP and around 9 million credits, you're spending 4 hours and around 45 minutes or 4 hours and 30 minutes, and you're getting around 4.5 million XP and of course around 7 to 8 million credits. Now in terms of levels, from a 50 lap of this you'll easily get 100 levels, you'll easily get over 100 wheel spins, and another thing you'll get a lot of is skill points. So if you want to convert those skill points to super wheel spins very easily, I've made a few videos on that, but I'm sure a lot of people know doing it through the Willie's Jeep is one of the best ways to do it. You'll easily get 500 skill points from a 50 lap variant, if not more. Easily you can get up to 700, 800 skill points. So there's many different ways you can profit from using this glitch, guys. Definitely showing why it's one of the best in the game right now, whether you're trying to level up, whether you're trying to get fast money, or etc. And like I said, if you don't have the Lamborghini Sesto Elemento Forza Edition, you don't need this car. It's definitely the best for using this glitch, but there are numerous other alternatives you guys can go ahead and use. But basically, I just want to make these blueprints to provide a better alternative, as the wet type weather does of course mitigate situations for you guys flying off the road and having overall difficulties with using this glitch. Now one thing I also talk about is a few people having issues with their Xbox controllers automatically turning off when they're doing this overnight. One thing I would recommend, guys, is take the batteries out or the battery pack out and plug it directly into your Xbox or into your PC, depending on what you're using. This will pretty much prevent this from happening, and if you want other solutions, you can just try to search it up, because that's more of a widespread issue than just Forza itself. But that's just to summarize something that a lot of people are having difficulties with when trying to use this glitch overnight. So as you guys can see, 5 minutes and 40 seconds finish first, which does get you a bonus of credits thanks to this blueprint being on unbeatable with no actual AI. And you guys will see the finish screen is a little bit unorthodox, but it doesn't really matter, as it'll still give you the same rewards and complete in the exact same form as any other type of racing event. It'll just take slightly longer than usual. So you guys can see around 36,000 XP from just 1 lap, and I'll go ahead and show a 50 lap Goliath reward just so you guys can scope the differences between the two. Now, if you guys are only using this overnight and you do have around 8 to 9 hours to spend, or at least you have around 8 to 9 hours of race activity, the Goliath is still likely the better solution, as you will be able to get more XP and credits overall. However, in terms of efficiency, this is definitely a better variant. And be sure to smash the like button and subscribe with notifications on to stay up to date with other Forza Horizon 5 glitches, tutorials, giveaways. And in case this method gets patched, I'll be sure to whip up another one as soon as possible, so make sure you guys go in and stay tuned for that. And like I said, modded accounts and packages now available at MitchCactus.com. There'll be a link in the top of the description and the pinned comment below. But that's going to wrap it up. Thank you guys all so much for watching.